to this now. The South African National Defence Force says it has started withdrawing its troops and equipment from eastern DRC. Soldiers were deployed as part of the SADC mission, and these 14 South African soldiers died in January when M23 rebels controlled Goma. And this was in March. Their deployment and apparent lack of support drew widespread criticism at that time. All right, let's continue the conversation around the SANDF withdrawal from Eastern DRC, and we speak now to Corporate Communications Defence Director, Rear Admiral Prince Chabalala. Good evening to you, sir, and thank you very much for your time. How would you describe this withdrawal of SANDF troops from Eastern DRC? There are claims of poor planning.
Only these allegations are unfounded. What I can say to the nation is that the SANDF is a professional, disciplined, and well-organized military force, and what is been alleged by the politicians is that we are disorganized is an unfounded statement. Our withdrawal has been informed by a technical assessment that has been done by our team, who went to Goma and did a thorough assessment. And out of that, they then briefed the Chief of Defense Forces of troop contributing countries, which included Malawi, Tanzania, and South Africa, about the plan to withdraw, and we had to do a number of evaluations, and based on those evaluations, which looked at the option of withdrawing via Goma, but that option was cancelled because of unsuitability of the airport of Goma. And then we look at the option of traveling by road, and that option was accepted by the Chief of Defense Forces and the Head of State. And this is a plan that we have embarked on as I'm speaking now. Since the 29th of April, our advanced team have safely crossed and they are en route now to Tanzania. And we can report to say that there's been no challenges so far.
All right, so they are now en route towards Tanzania. But before they could reach Tanzania, which other country did they go through?
They had to go through the border post of Rusumo, which is a border post between Rwanda and Tanzania. And then after that, they are going straight to Cheto. And from there, they will go through some checkpoints. And after that, they'll be under Tanzanian soil. And we did not encounter any challenges so far since they've embarked on this route.
Yeah,
and
the reason that... Sorry to cut in there. The reason I wanted that specificity about which country did they go through first before making their way to Tanzania is based on what is being reported, and that is that there is an elite unit that is helping in this process. It's called the Quick Reaction Force, the QRF for short, and they are being suggested as saying that this whole exercise has been both frustrating and humiliating because the M23 rebels, who are believed to be backed by Rwanda, have been stopping this convoy of vehicles and searching the SANDF military equipment as the convoy passes through. What do you know about those claims?
We don't know of such reports, and that QRF, I believe, we don't know. The QRF would normally be a QRF, which is composed of protection force from all the forces of SADC. So we haven't received of such reports. And so those reports are unfounded.
Yeah. So at this stage, you can report that there is, or let's say, every equipment that the SANDF took with them to Eastern DRC is accounted for.
Our troops are bringing the equipment home, and that is the plan, and we intend to stick to that plan. And based on the technical assessment, it is the plan that will follow. And as I indicated already, we have the troops that have safely crossed into Tanzania, and they are on their way back home as I'm speaking.
Yeah. Finally, let's talk about the soldiers that were injured during the skirmishes. I believe it was in January. Of course, there were those 14 who sadly lost their lives, but there were others who had to be transported back into the country, and the reports were that they were severely injured. How would you describe their condition right now?
Look, as far as we're concerned, almost all the soldiers that were evacuated received psycho support assistance, those that were mildly injured, and most of them have been discharged. Only those that are left that are classified as critical injured, which I think they are less than 4, and they are still in hospital getting all the best medical treatment that SANDF can afford, and the rest have been discharged. That one I can easily confirm.
Just very quickly before I let you go, you say the 4 were critically injured. The nature of those injuries, are you able to describe that for us?
I cannot, but it would mainly be the wounds that were sustained during the heavy bombardment of our base by the M23, but it's suffice to say that they are receiving good treatment, and they've responded quite well to the treatment. And so far, they are no longer in ICU. They are in normal wards, so they're getting good professional treatment.
Thank you very much for your time. That's the SANDF Corporate Communications Defense Director, Rear Admiral Prince Chabalala. Thank you for your time.